Will, did you have any inkling at all when you were voicing Batman in the Lego movie that this would become a movie about Batman?
No. I did not. I really didn't. We made that first film in such a vacuum. I think that people didn't know, including us when I first got the call, I didn't know what to think the Lego movie would be, but I just trusted Chris Miller and Phil Lord. Then we got into it, and I would tell people I'm working on the Lego movie, and they're like, "What is that?" And it's like, just trust me, I think it's going to be kind of different. And there was, in a lot of ways, there was no pressure because nobody knew what to expect, and so we're just making this thing. And at that time, I didn't know how I knew that it was good, but I didn't know how audiences would react to it. And so when it came out, and then that night when they were like, "Hey, look, we're going to make this Lego Batman movie," I was so shocked. I really was. I remember driving home being like, did the president of Warner Brothers just say the right thing to me? You know? It was like that.
So right off the bat, I mean, the movie opens and they're ready to go.
It opened that morning. That night we're out for dinner and they said, "Hey, we're going to make the Lego Batman movie."
And how soon after that did you start recording?
I left the dinner at about 9, so probably like 10:15. Because I took Pico. We were out in Santa Monica, so I took Pico to... Yeah, that was probably... It was a few months after that when we first got going. And it was, it's such a fun process. It's a long process. It's a couple of years. But it is cool, not like Lego, you're building it. Not unlike Lego, you're building it. And it's kind of, we record, then they animate, then you record, then they animate to that. And so it's a constantly evolving thing. And you get to look at stuff that works, stuff that doesn't, build on it, and it's cool.
Now, I know you had the voice down for the Lego movie. Sure. Were there any refinements that since you were the center attraction in the new movie, did you have to make any refinements to it? Did you have to pace yourself? Did you have to...
I certainly had to pace myself because the volume of work was greater, of course. And so I had to make sure that I kind of took care. And I would, if I had to go in for a long, 4-hour session, I had to sort of clear and make sure that I didn't have anything to do afterwards speaking, which is why I ended up making so many silent films. Yeah. People always ask me, why did you do that?
Were the recessions after when you were finished that you literally had nothing left in here?
It was very difficult. Sometimes I would people would call me and I would answer the phone and I'd be like, "I can't really talk to you right now. I gotta," and I'd just kind of take a few hours off. It was just sometimes, especially if you're doing the voice and you're really exerting yourself. If you've got to yell and be like, I won't even do it just because it takes a lot.
You know that in some foreign language territories, they hire another voice actor.
I did not know that, and thanks, because it just ruined my Monday.
Have you ever checked out what the other guys are doing in whatever language they're recording?
Look, I don't need to listen to a bunch of gobbledygook, okay? I just do my stuff. No, I have. It's funny. I did a kind of a thing with the guy who does my voice in Brazil, and I'm forgetting his name right now, and he's so good at it. All these guys who do it in their respective countries where they do dub it are really good, and they do their own kind of version of it, and I think it's awesome. I've had the pleasure over the years of doing stuff, especially live action stuff, and then being in a foreign country and seeing it on TV. I remember the first time seeing Arrested Development on the air in Italy with the dub voice, and it was just awesome. It really was such a treat. And so, yeah, I have a lot of respect for those guys. I mean, not too much respect, but I have a lot of respect for the guys who do it in the other places.
Have you had a chance to watch the film with an audience yet? And if so, how has their reaction kind of influenced you or impacted you?
I got the opportunity to watch it with my agent and manager and lawyer and all the people who work for me, and they laughed appropriately. No, I did watch it. I watched it with an audience. We watched it at the premiere, which is great, and of course it's a friendly audience, but they can kind of be tough. It's a company screening, if you will, people who are involved in this line of work. But I also got to watch it kind of a smaller screening with a bunch of friends and their kids, which was like that's what I really wanted to do the first time I saw it. And I saw it with a couple of 6-year-olds and a 10-year-old, and just listening to them laugh was great.
And finally, what was it like working with Chris McKay?
Chris McKay was the best. He's the most creative, innovative. Like, he's got such a specific vision, always had, for this film. I could ask him any question, and he always had an answer. I'd be like, why is Donald Trump president? And he had no. I'd say I could ask Chris any question about the movie, and he always had a way of explaining. He's really articulate, and he just clearly had such a vision for what he wanted this movie to be. And knowing that you got a guy like that at the helm made it so easy for me. I felt like I could just do anything, and he would always keep me on track.
Nice. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Hey, Lisa here. Now, keeping with animation, did you know that the Oscar for Best Animated Feature was first awarded in 2001, with the first winner being Shrek? Now, for a film to be eligible, the animated feature must have a running time of more than 40 minutes, in which the characters' performances are created using a frame-by-frame technique. Also, a significant number of the major characters are animated, and the animation must figure in no less than 75% of the running time. Now, keeping with animation and the Oscars, Beauty and the Beast, Up and Toy Story 3 are the only animated films to have been nominated for Best Picture Oscar. However, Walt Disney was awarded an honorary Oscar in 1938 for Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. What's your favourite animated movie? Let me know in the comments below. Keep up to date on all things animation by subscribing to our channel and clicking on the notification bell. See you next time.